I want to show you one of my favourite dry flies. It's a Shipman's variant. Now the original Shipman's, which was towed by David Shipman, was like a fiery brown affair, and he used it to catch the fish feeding in the emerging midge up in Dickinson's Bay. Nice and weedy back in the day. This is my variation, sorry, not my variation, a variation shown to me by a very good angler indeed. It's a Krystal Flash Shipman's, and I'll start off, I'll just quickly show you that I've got an all-purpose lightweight hook size 10 in the vise. Now it's a thinner wire than your normal wet fly hooks. I tend to fish one fly at a time when I'm fishing dries. I let people fish teams of 3, I just like one fly, and you let the fish do what they want. And you can usually land them quite effectively just with the one fly. Now I've got some of this stuff, I'm kind of running out. Parachute Antron. I really like this, I like stiff fibres, it takes the kink really well. Bring your thread back up the hook shank and just catch in with a little pinching loop. Hit the eye there, yep. And then wind down, covering the Antron. You don't need to be too neat with this. Like I say, Gareth Jones showed me this. It's very similar to a chew fly called the 3 Minute Dry, which is basically Krystal Flash and seal's fur. Same kind of thinking. This one's just got a little bit more buoyancy. I take some of this stuff, original pearl Krystal Flash. This stuff I got for Steve Parton some time ago with that now. And I just catch it in. I take a little tag end here, catch that in my side. And I've got the longer fibres here, I'm going to use this as the rib. So long fibres at the front and the short fibres at the back. Just pull everything back, and then my locking thread turns, just come up and down the body again. I'm then going to add a bit of wax when I find it. There you go, bit of wax. And then I've got a claret seal. So I tie this in claret because claret's the colour that works everywhere. Don't get me wrong, there's specific times when olives, reds, fiery browns, yellows will work, but for a generic fly I like claret seal's fur, and this is a good seal's fur, this, nice and soft. So yeah, back to this one. Gareth and I were fishing Blagdon and it was so weedy we had to take the boat on the oars through the weed to get into the little gaps in the weed to find some big fish, and we found some crackers that day. So I've just wound up nice loose turns, and I take my 3 strands of Krystal Flash, the long strands, and I just twist it. Just twist that there, and then I use that as my rib coming up the fly. Just a couple of turns, doesn't need a lot. And then make sure that you catch it on the top of the hook shank, because it's obviously got to be lined up with the Antron there. And then finally, I've still got some wax on my thread, I've not used all that wax. I create quite a ball here because I like the thorax of my Shipman's to be thicker than the rest of the body. And don't worry if it guns and loose, because what you can do is, if you have built up a bit of a head there, what you can do with this is, you can use your thread and it'll bed in. Because it's an 8/0 thread, you can really pull it into those wraps. There you go, solid. And just pull everything back, and this kicks up the Antron and the Krystal Flash at the front, which is the way I like to fish it. Come in with your whip finishing tool. Try that again. Come in with the whip finishing tool and just whip finish for a nice neat head. In with the snips. And what I like to do is like half the body length at the back, trim, and then half the body length again at the front. Put your scissors in the middle of the hook shank, bring the fibres back and snip. When I'm using fur, anything that's not man-made, I like to get in with a bit of Velcro, like so. Pull all that seals for it, and then just come in at the end with your scissors and at an angle, snip down on them. There it is. Krystal Flash Shipman's a deadly fly. When the fish are up high in the water, fish it on its own, you want to get snapped in open water. Even on weed beds, fishing a single fly is 10 times better. See the Krystal Flash here. Simple to tie, tight and claret, and you won't go far wrong. Hope you enjoyed that.